Thank you for watching Why I Killed You TV, and please go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share this particular video. Today we're going to be talking about the case of Leanne Shannon. Leanne Shannon, on December the 29th, 2012, was just 34 years old. She was a mother of two. She was from Hart, Michigan. She was found dead in her bathtub with a significant amount of alcohol in her system. Initially, it was reported by her husband that this was an accidental drowning. His name was Timothy Shannon. He was a city council member at the time of Leanne's death. The case took a dark turn as investigators uncovered evidence suggesting foul play. Timothy eventually admitted to holding Leanne underwater until she stopped moving, leading to his arrest and subsequently plea of no contest to second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 13 and a half to 75 years in prison for this crime. Let's roll this clip.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.
On the surface, Tim Shannon and his 34-year-old wife, Leanne, appeared to have a happy marriage. The pair met in college, and shortly after graduating, they tied the knot.
Her mother was all excited because she felt that her daughter was marrying into a very affluential family that was going to take good care of her.
Leanne went on to work part-time as a real estate agent, leaving her time to raise the couple's two children, only 3 and 4 years old. Their good fortune even allowed for full-time help from a young live-in nanny named Jamie.
The minister of the church that they all went to had made a plea to the families that this girl needed a place to stay and spoke specifically to Leanne and Tim about the possibility of them opening their home to this person, which they did.
It all made for a happy, all-American life.
She was a fantastic mother. Her kids were her life. Like, she just loved her children.
But then, tragic news would change everything.
I got a phone call from my aunt on Sunday evening, and she was hysterical. And she's crying, and she says, "Deb, Leanne's dead."
What?
And I said, "What do you mean Leanne's dead?" She said she drank too much and she drowned in the bathtub.
At the house, detectives walk into a grim scene. In the bathroom, Leanne's bloated body is lying in the family bathtub. The water drained, her lips a pale blue.
Leanne got intoxicated that night. We found the empty bottles in the home, and her blood alcohol content when they did the autopsy was a 0.23.
0.23, nearly 3 times the legal limit. Within days, detectives wrapped up their investigation. Hart County cops reported that Leanne's death was an accidental drowning.
And they said, "Well, we don't really think anything foul's gone on."
It appeared to be a closed case, but was it?
How often does a person, an adult, drown in a bathtub?
Yeah.
It sounded funny.
Soon, nearby Oceana County took over the case. Remember, Tim was an elected official, and his position as councilman posed a conflict of interest. Once Oceana County investigators are on the case, they uncover startling revelations, clues to Leanne's sudden death that didn't go down the drain with the bathwater that horrible day.
Timothy was able to get his wife Leanne to agree to move Jamie in to assist with raising of the 2 kids and be a nanny at the residence.
Behind closed suburban doors at the Shannon home, cops discover a situation brewing that's ripe for a scandal. At the center, Jamie Hathaway.
Her mother told Leanne, "No, Leanne, you don't invite another woman into your home.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is going to be, this could cause problems."
Yes,
the thing that
ma'am.
was very disturbing, apparently this girl was calling Tim and Leanne mom and dad, not only in the house but out publicly.
But Leanne was about to get the shock of her life from the very woman she now considered a daughter. The loving mother learned the nanny had taken on some extra duties, igniting a sizzling romance with the man of the house right under Leanne's nose.
Yep.
Cops soon learn Tim desperately wants out of his marriage.
He claimed that his marriage had fallen apart. He was going to be filing for divorce.
But Leanne is distraught and drinking. Before Tim can file for divorce, she turns up dead.
The largest amount of evidence was the fact that we had a woman dead in the bathtub.
Was it an accident, or did someone kill her? Leanne Shannon found dead in the drained bathtub of her suburban home.
There's really no feasible way for a 280-pound person in a small 5-foot.
Wait a minute. Did they say drained bathtub? How can you drown in a drained bathtub unless the husband drained it after he found her? And she's a big girl. How can you drown in a small bathtub?
Tub with an inclined back that their head could even get below the water line.
But who could possibly want Leanne Shannon, a doting wife and mother of 2 young children, dead?
You find out that he's having an affair with this girl.
Police learned Leanne's husband, Tim Shannon, is intimately involved with the family nanny, 20-year-old Jamie Hathaway.
Tim went and was seeing a lawyer to divorce her between him and Jamie. Tim had asked her to move out.
The whole sordid betrayal threw Leanne into a downward emotional spiral.
The night of December 28th, we believe that Leanne bought several bottles of Boone's Farm and Everclear and got drunk. When she was drinking, she would take a bath.
What happened next was initially unclear.
This is Tim Shannon.
Tim finds Leanne and calls 911.
How warm or cold is she?
Cold.
Cold? What's the water temperature?
Oh, I drained it.
Okay.
He claimed she had slipped under the water on her own due to her intoxication and that he had found her that way.
Detectives quickly learned the nanny, Jamie, happened to be out of the house with the kids the morning Leanne is found in the tub.
So we felt it was imperative to get some information from her.
Investigators immediately bring Jamie down to the station where they hear a startling confession.
Was there an affair between you two?
Yes.
Did you say you and Tim are in love?
With Tim?
Yes.
Wow.
Suddenly, cops wondered, could their love affair be a motive for murder?
She also informed us that the 29th, the date that Leanne was found dead, was the day that she and Timothy had decided that she would be moving into the residence and Leanne would not be there anymore.
Whoa.
So was the plan then that day that after Leanne moved out or was gone out of the house, you were coming to stay?
Yep.
If you want to help clear this up for yourself.
She is giving up information quick. She ain't even trying to lie to the police.
Or any other questions we may have down the line, by all means, this is your shining moment right here today.
You think he killed her, is what you're telling me.
But what detectives were really thinking at the time is that a plan for divorce had long been underway.
Jamie, have you ever thought of drowning or hurting Leanne?
There are times that I want to smack her,
Wow.
but to actually kill her, not really.
Has Tim ever
Not
communicated to you that he wanted to harm Leanne at any point?
None that I can recall.
She stated that this was not a planned incident, but we were getting the feeling that it was, that this may have been premeditated.
Did you have anything to do with her death?
No,
Did Tim have anything to do with her death?
I don't think he did.
But Jamie reveals she had moved her personal belongings to the residence in bins in Tim's storage shed. There, cops discover a treasure trove of possible incriminating evidence.
We discovered documents in her handwriting where they were planning to go to Las Vegas for marriage. She had a checklist of things to do prior to being married.
On a piece of notebook paper, an ominous list with "Death surrounds the mother" and "Suicide" in Jamie's handwriting, and a box labeled "Go through last" after Leanne leaves. Cops also scoured computers where they found racy messages between Jamie and Tim.
Pictures, clothed and naked, at least one picture of them being intimate together.
Wow.
We poured over everything looking
Crazy.
for any evidence of collusion, that this was a plan, that there was some premeditation.
Despite all the clues, cops had no physical evidence to hold Jamie on murder charges. The interview wraps and they set their sights on Tim, who agrees to speak with police.
Tim, there's a rumor going around that you had a sexual affair with Jamie.
Tim doesn't deny he was filing for divorce and planned to tie the knot in Vegas with Jamie, but claims coincidentally Leanne accidentally drowned in the tub the very day Jamie was permanently moving in. It didn't take long for cracks to form in Tim's story.
Tell me what happened, okay? Because what I've read so far I think is a bunch of BS. If you made a mistake, let's talk about that mistake you made. Let's get it out. Get it out.
After 30 minutes of increasingly tougher police questioning, a bombshell.
Intend for her to die. We were intending on moving her up to her mother's. Went to get her out of the tub, and she was staying there, staying drunk. Started hitting me, so I just sit on her.
I'm gonna stop you right now. I'm gonna read you your rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law.
They urge him to keep talking, and he does.
She's drunk and she's flat on her back. Just trying to get her up, get her moving. She just pulled me in.
You remain on top of her?
I refocused, I get up, and she's out, not breathing. I don't know, because I was out for a minute.
He then states that he was holding her under the water. When you come to?
When I refocus, she's not breathing.
After drowning his wife, the prosecutor says Tim callously waited several hours before calling 911.
We believe that between him pushing her under the water and calling 911 that he changed his clothes and put his clothes in the laundry because they were wet.
Tim was arrested and held without bail, charged with 1 count of murder. And what about Jamie?
Having gone over all the evidence, we're not able to determine any evidence of premeditation or plan that she was supposed to die.
Tim Shannon pleaded no contest and was convicted of second-degree murder.
He was offered to tell us the whole truth, and he chose not to. I believe he's still protecting Jamie to this day.
Jamie Hathaway is reportedly living 2 hours away. Tim was sentenced to 13 and a half to 25 years behind bars.
Good.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.